We look at so many different things that we can fix and so many things that we feel are happening, and all you have to do is one thing, not everything. Each of us has one thing to do. That's all, the one thing. You know, beside me are elders who have chosen and been chosen from the beginning of time to do that one thing. And they do it well. And I won't presume to speak for my elders, but I know that the gifts that they have given to this world are the gifts that many around them have no idea how hard they have struggled in order to be that one gift that they were given. I'm asking you to not be lost in the chaos, but to grab hold of that one thing in your heart that you know you are, and to help it to grow like a little flower in the desert. Bring water to it. Pray over that water. Look to the sky and the stars and know that your feet touch Mother Earth, but you reach up and your hands touch the stars. You have no boundaries. Love has no boundary. Caring and commitment. We are one people. We have always been one people. And the more they separate us, the more we long for that connectedness. But the longer they separate us, the more many of you forget that we once were connected. And so we have become a country and a world that feeds on our own children. And in the same breath, we say how important our children are. But we have forgotten that it's not just the children that were born of me. They are all the children. Every child that is suffering out there has a dream. And we have helped to shatter many of those dreams with our bombs, with our guns, our hatred. There should be no child walking the street hungry anywhere in the world, as long as there are compassionate human beings in that world. Our leaders have forgotten, and we can sit back and blame many of the problems on our leaders. But we placed them there, and we have not removed them when they have shown themselves to be other than who they said they were. I often hear in this country, you can't fight City Hall. But that was probably said by somebody that was in City Hall. Because we have the power, we have the authority of right action and blessedness to change these things. We have this technology to let the world know of the injustices, to allow other people to pray for one another from country to country, not just from neighborhood to neighborhood or family to family. My door to my heart is open always. And I know that I'm just a voice with many others in this time and of this opportunity. And I consider it an opportunity because it helps me to speak of peace. It helps me to carry on that one thing that I was asked to do. And it isn't always easy. Long ago in a ceremony that many of you would not understand, I was dancing in a place in a sacred way, and water came up during a time that I was not allowed to touch water. But in that place that I was standing, I was surrounded by a circle of water that just rose out of the ground, and the grass turned green. And I spoke to my elders about that. because I was concerned. And one of my elders told me, grandson, that means that you will be dancing in the tears of your people for the rest of your life. And I took that really seriously, to do everything I could in the places that people would ask me to come, because I don't go anywhere without an invitation. And it isn't until just recently that I realized that it wasn't just the tears of sadness of the people that I would be dancing in, but also the tears of joy. And that came with time, with understanding. And so I'm asking you to begin to dance in the tears of joy, not to look at just the sadness in your lives, in our lives, because your sadness belongs to us all also. The loss of my nephews, my nieces, my grandmas and grandpas, my uncles and aunties and brothers and sisters in Iraq, in Africa, in South America, and all of these places where this evil is walking saddens me. But I also know that it can't stop us.